Hello Defense aspirant, my name is Vaibhav Srivastava and recently I have cleared my SSB from 19 SSB Board Allahabad. I am a student of Centurion Defense Academy and I am proud to say that. Now I am here to share my experience of SSB and also thank all the faculty who helped me out to have this achievement. Now starting from my day 1, as we all were at the platform at Allahabad Junction, I feel little nervous and tense too, watching all those candidates in a large number formally dressed very properly with a confidence. But as we moved to the selection center, all the nervousness and everything gone away by watching the superb and the great infrastructure over there. Then after this, we all were moved to the screening hall and we began with our test. There, firstly we were given with the OIRs, and as we have practiced here very well about the OIRs, I was very definite that I am going to perform very well in that. And the things happened as I have thought, and my OIR went very nice. I tackled both my OIR very well. After that, we had our PPDT session. In that, a photo was shown to us, and as I have practiced here very well about them, we had very good exposure of PPDT tests here in our academy, and because of this only, I have performed very well in my PPDT and I was able to completely pen down my story in time very well. And then after that, we all were moved to a separate room for group discussion. In group discussion, the group was like a dominating one and everyone was coming over one another. Then there was a situation of fish market coming up. But in that time, I took a lead and I pinned up in between, and I rose my voice and I spoke few points, which was a compilation of others all. Everyone liked my point, and because of this only, I was given an opportunity to give a common conclusion. I gave it very well and I was so sure that I will be getting screened in. After having our lunch, we all were again seated to the screening hall and the results were declared. Out of 383 candidates, only 40 were screened in and I was at the number of 12. Then we all were given the documents to be filled and we filled all our documents and then we were sent back to our barracks. Then the day was so hectic and tired that I slept at the time, and as the next day was our psychology, I was little nervous about it. But morning I woke up at 4 and practiced a short set of 30 of WAT, set of 20 for SRT and 3 stories for TAT. After practicing this, I was mentally prepared to face the psychology test. I went to the psychology test and I performed very well, as most of the words, stories as well as the SRTs all were very similar to those we have practiced here in the academy. So I was very much thankful to all the documents, to all the dossiers I have given here, and those proved very beneficial for me over there. Then in this way, my psychology also went very nice. On third day, it was all about GTO, and about GTO I was little confident that I am going to perform very well, as it was little related to ground, and when it comes to ground, I am little sporty and I like doing those things. Our GTO began with a group discussion. In group discussions, I did not give any initiation or I did not went for conclusion also, but I had an active participation. I gave 6 to 7 points in both of my GDs. Then we moved to our GPE. Group planning exercise was very good, and in that I got a lead and I was the one who was leading the group for GPE. And in finally I was also nominated for giving a common solution in GPE and I explained it very well. We moved forward for the next session, which was all related to ground. It was PGT and HGT. There also, with the help of mentor who came here, who took us to ground and prepared us very well about those, I was prepared very well for all those ground activities. I have performed here in the grounds of Centurion Academy, which are situated nearby. I performed there very well and I have understood all the figures very well. Those proved very beneficial for me over there, and there I was the one who gave most of the ideas and was very successful in taking my team or taking my group to the other side. Now our third day was also over, but at the third day GTO task, as the GTO task finished, I got a great surprise, as there was a call for personal interview, and I was not prepared at all. But then also we were sent for the interview. There were two candidates, including chest number 11, and I was 12. We both were sent for the personal interview. As we were not given any time to change our dress, that's why we went in our non-formal dress, which was our GTO dress only. In GTO dress, we all went there. It was very dirty and I was feeling very itchy as well. But then also I comforted myself and I presented myself in front of the interviewer. My interviewer and the feedbacks of others about the interview was very bad. According to me, it was very rough for me. When I was going there, there was many ideas in my mind. Everyone was saying the interview is very tough. He'll take you too deeper, and there will be the technical questions which can take you much deeper and you'll not be able to answer. I was very much nervous about it and tired too, as I just did all GTO tasks and I came back, so I was tired too. But then also I presented myself. There the GTO was asking the question, but I did not find it very tough, as I was able to answer them in such a way that the interviewer was convinced from me. And by watching this, he did not take me to much deeper section, or he did not took me to the position of stress questions or anything. He found me completely comfortable with him, and I answered most of the question he asked to me. There was few questions which I was unable to answer, but I definitely replied in a bold way, "Sir, I don't know," and I moved forward. In this way, my interview also went nicely, and there was a day. Now the day is for the last day, or we'll say last day of GTO, second day. Then at the second day of GTO, it was all about lecturate and individual obstacle and final group task. So firstly, we all had our final group task. It went very nicely. Again, everything went as it was planned. We all planned one day before in our barracks how we will be going to act there, and we planned very properly and we acted as it was planned. Then we moved for our lecturate, and the topic was very nice. It was all about Indo Park, for which I am able to speak anywhere I have wanted. So I was very well prepared about it, and I went and I spoke on the topic very well, and I was very confident in speaking that. In this way, my lecturate also went very exceptional. Now it came about individual obstacle, and as my physique was not so good, but the GTO was very much convinced by my command task as well as my performance in GTOs, other GDs, and the things I have performed till now was very convincing for the GTO, and this took advantages for me in the individual obstacle also. I performed all the 10 obstacles, and it was very wonderful to see in such a physique, if one is able to perform all the 10 obstacles, it was a great achievement, and the GTO was very happy from me, and I can sense that he was happy, and then I moved forward. Finally the day of conference came. All were very tensed, and in these situations everyone was thinking only 2 to 3 are going to be recommended, as it is a batch of TES, not more than that. Nobody is going to be recommended. I was also very afraid, as I thought I have performed well in the situations, but then also nobody knows how are the parameters set. We all went, and now finally my turn came for the conference. I went in and I was asked the normal questions like how was your stay, what are the changes you need. But then after that the question came. The interviewer asked me the question, like the same question he asked me in the interview. He asked me the same question, but I went prepared this time, and I was able to answer the question which I was unable to answer in the interview round, and he was happy with it. He sent me back, and then I was waiting for the results with other guys. All 40 of us were waiting in the result room, and finally the technical officer came in. He was an officer of lieutenant colonel rank. Sir came in and he announced the 3 names. After that he took a break and he asked who other thinks that he should be standing with them with the recommended guys. I raised my hand up and he asked me, why you think so? I boldly answered that, yes, sir, my performance throughout the SSB was very nice. I performed well in my interview. I performed well in my GTO as well as in psychology. So I think I should be recommended. And then he passed me a small smile and he told me, then come up and stand with them. And I was very happy at that time. It was like a moment which is worth memorable. And then finally I rose up, I took my name, my father's name and my UPSC roll number, and then I was made to stand with those recommended cadets. And it was like dream coming true, and was very good feeling which was coming from inside. This was something, a little experience of my SSB. Now, I would also like to thank all the faculty at Centurion Defence Academy who helped me a lot to achieve this. As when we talk about the psychology, talk about the PPDT, GTO, everything was trained very well to us. Talking about OIRs, a regular training, a regular practice was given. Over that, the OIR sheets were provided to us, which was made in such a way that those are little tougher than we face in the SSBs, and which gave me a good exposure, so I can create a good sense over this in the SSB. Then about PPDTs, there were regular mock PPDT tests, and in that we performed very well, and it gave me a good exposure too. Then the things moved to psychology. In psychology also, we were given very good practice, as our director sir, he only took our class and he gave us a very good exposure, and the sets which were provided to us were very much similar to those we got at the SSB. So I am really thankful for those sets, for those practice and everything. Our interview session, which took place by the mentors, our squadron leader ma'am and our lieutenant colonel sir, and everything went very nice. Those all feedbacks I got from sir and ma'am was very valuable to me, and those proved worth memorable and worth rewarding. So I also like to especially thank ma'am and sir and our director sir also for providing me very good path and showing me the better path to achieve my goal. Thank you, Centurion Defence Academy. Thank you.